Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. We're so happy that you could be here with us today. It's just a great day in June in Vero Beach. Rains every day, a couple times a day. It washes my car really nicely, though. How about you, Cindy?
Yeah, I know. That's the only time mine does get washed.
I know.
I shouldn't say that. That's
well, I have to
rude.
do it when I take people in my car because I'm Lori Davis, your realtor for life. I work for Dale Sorensen Real Estate.
Yeah.
We're here. They're here since 1978. I've been here 17 years. So, but you got to keep your car clean. That's one thing. That's the realtor number one thing is you got to keep that car clean. So, I am always saying, living in Vero Beach is not about real estate, is not about houses and condos. It's really about lifestyle. And it's the reason why everybody's coming to town is because of the wonderful lifestyle that we provide here in Vero Beach. Other than we know we have these gorgeous beaches and the Indian River and all of that, one of the things I found that was going on this weekend, Cindy, and it kind of has a little bit of your namesake in it, is the Harbor Branch Boat Tour.
Oh.
So they're doing boat tours. They do it out of Harbor Branch, which is the Florida Atlantic University, Harbor Branch, Oceanographic Institute. It's in Fort Pierce. It's just literally, you just come over the line. Once you're in St. Lucie County, you're going to see it on your left. But the cool thing was experience the lagoon like never before as a marine scientist. So you're kind of the scientist, and they give you the tools, state-of-the-art tools, while learning about wildlife and conservation.
I might have to do that.
I would think that would be fun.
And that's the Father's Day weekend thing.
It is, and it's only an hour and a half trip. They can only put 30 people on the boat, right? There's one on Friday at 10:30, and then on Saturday it's going to go 10:30 and 1 p.m. But it's $40 a person, but it would be something cool to do. And they're going to let you play with the science toys.
Really? Can I drive the boat?
You probably could.
No, they're not going to let me do that.
They might.
I don't even think I'm good enough to talk
I'm
about
sure there's some liability there. You're probably right. 25 people on there you don't know.
But that's pretty cool, though.
Doesn't that sound
like something? And $40 is reasonable.
It is. And, there wasn't a lot going on. I mean, we know we've got, we also have Farmers Market. We've got that.
Yeah, I love
the other one I wanted to ask you about, did you see Honky Tonk Girls at Riverside Theater?
I did not, and I will tell you, I cannot tell you why I didn't see it.
Okay, well then don't tell me why you didn't see it.
Because it'd be too much liability.
Anyway, that's something else that's going on this weekend.
Yeah, that would be a good play.
At Riverside Theater. I mean, on Wednesdays they do a matinee and a 7:30, and then every other day of the week, I think Saturdays they do a matinee as well. So, but it's getting great reviews. People that have gone really enjoyed it. I, again, have not seen it as well. Cindy's usually my arts and
I usually go to them, but I didn't. This one, I just didn't make it.
It's okay. Yeah. It's all right. Farmers Market, we always tell people to go down to Ocean Drive from 8 o'clock till noon, right there at Dahlia and Ocean Drive. And you're going to find all sorts of fresh produce, fresh breads. I've seen honey down there. That's local honey. It's mostly locals. So you're getting, and I like to support them in that. I mean, we all go to the Publix and buy tomatoes and cucumbers and all that kind of stuff, but I would rather buy it from somebody local. And then for people that want organic, they're down there too. There's a great orchid vendor down there. He's got these beautiful plants. The one that drives me crazy over there is the smoking barbecue guy. Yeah. Have you had it? Yes. It's really, really good.
Can tell
I can't leave. I can't leave without a clamshell full of food.
Yeah,
I take it home to Jim and I have a couple bites and then I got to walk away. So,
yeah, I don't walk away. I eat all of it. I love it. You know what they're having for a perk too this week, and I love this place because we're going to take my Yim there. Is the Brevard Zoo is free for fathers on Father's Day.
I love that.
I love the Brevard Zoo.
I know, and you haven't even had any of what I'm next to announce is our cocktail of the day.
And I haven't. I'm not even know.
But the Brevard Zoo is amazing. Love it there. It is so cool. Now, are they old enough to do the zip line part of that? Because that's something I want to do over there.
Yim?
No. Yeah, well, he won't be able to do it. But, I mean, could he sit on somebody's lap and take a ride?
No, we don't do that.
No.
We don't do that.
Okay. Wasn't trying to scare him. Just thought it might be fun.
Because he can't take a shopping cart.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
his shopping cart's got like 15 zip ties on it now because he just crashes into everything. And he's talked himself into, so he's a year and a half old, that he can actually get into it
Okay.
and drive it.
Oh, okay.
Right, but
All
it's, he just doesn't know that it doesn't hold 25, 30 pounds of weight because it's
Yeah.
just a little plastic thing.
Right, exactly.
So,
Oh,
no
God.
shopping cart, no yam.
No, Yam. Go to the Brevard Zoo. It's free. Is it just
love
Father's Day?
Father's Day,
Just
free
Sunday?
for fathers. Yeah,
Yeah.
Father's
Okay.
Day.
Very good.
From what I know, yeah.
And that's fun. And we,
Yeah, it
we,
is fun.
we love it up there. All right. Thank you, Chef Scott Baricchio from Citrus Grill House. They always provide us with a beverage for the show. Today, I was talking with Alex. Now, Alex is the one that makes the cocktails. Chef does the food. Alex does the beverages. This is an orange watermelon martini.
Wow.
And he said, well, I was trying to think of something really fresh and crisp. And so it's Stoli orange vodka. And then they have like a watermelon puree that they put in there. And I think there might be a little club soda or something in there. But it is absolutely what he said, refreshing, delicious. Oh, my God.
Watermelons. You know what's good too? I'm sure Scott's made it, or maybe, I don't know. I don't want to talk for him. Watermelon salads.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah,
I
when
love
he's got
those with
that-
feta cheese.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
While we're on citrus, the stone fruit's coming in this week.
Oh, wow.
My peaches for my burrata salad. I'm so excited. Anyway, you guys need to go over and see them at 1050 Easter Lily Lane. They are open Monday to Saturday, lunch and dinner only. Go see them. They're right there at Humiston Park, right directly on the ocean. Go sit outside for lunch or dinner. It's absolutely spectacular. Or go on inside. All the staff are wonderful. Tell them that Lori Davis sent you. All right, Dale Sorensen, Real Estate by the Numbers. We have sold $379 million. That's year to date, 523 transactions for 19.5% of the market share. So that's pretty strong. The average price point, I think, was around 700, was in the 700s. The next closest competitor, next closest broker is $285 million with 238 transactions, and they're 14.7% of the market share. So, Cindy, we sold 90 homes in the week since we were here. 90 homes closed
Really?
in a week. Yeah,
In
This-
1 week.
1 week here, and there was 6 or 7 that were over 2 million. Yeah. So
That's like, I'm trying to do my math real quick. That's like 15 a day?
it's a lot.
Almost 20 a
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Mr. Sorensen said something like that too. That's a lot of real estate.
That's not a lot. That's a lot.
That's I know.
That's a lot,
why you come to Dale Sorensen Real Estate, people. We know what we're doing over here.
Wow.
I know.
And a third of them are over 2 million?
No. We had probably 5 of them.
Oh,
5 or
okay.
6 of them
I
were
mean,
over 2
not
million.
to slight it. Yeah. That's a big deal.
No, it's
Well,
5%.
kudos.
That's
Here,
not
we
bad.
got it.
Yeah.
We got to just do that.
Let's do that.
I mean, somebody's doing something over there.
Exactly. We had 91 new listings, so we like that. We know that people are putting their homes on the market. If you get it priced right, we're going to have you under contract very quickly. If you're overpriced, you're going to sit there for a while. Then we're going to have to price adjust. And once we get to the right price, then they will make offers. So just know that buyers are not overpaying. It's not that they call it the unicorn market. That was I just saw something today on my phone that came up. The unicorn years of the housing market. So the definition of a unicorn, something that's greatly desired but difficult or impossible to find. So in the unicorn, well, lower than last couple of years, buyers activity is still stronger than pre-COVID, Cindy.
Okay.
All right. So we had in 2023, the traffic was 225. In 2022 was 251. And then in 2021 was 280. So people are just like, it's still better than it was before COVID because things are strong. People are still moving. They're still making those life decisions. We call them COVID life decisions that were happening.
Yeah, well, it's a different dynamic. Definitely,
Yes.
it's a different mindset. People have learned things,
Yep.
and maybe they were afraid of stuff in the before that and
Yes.
whatever. But I haven't heard unicorn it being coined unicorn.
Unicorn years, the unicorn real estate years. Yep.
Okay.
I picked it up. I like it. I'm going to use it.
We're gonna go for it.
It was published. I'm not taking somebody else's work.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay,
Credit.
So
Yeah.
we've got our guest today, Dr. Rich Wodarski. He is a concierge medical office here in Vero Beach. It's Wodarski Health. He moved to Vero Beach in 2019 with his bride, Karen, and Healing Touch practitioner and RN at the practice. They have a location that's right over, if you guys know where Melissa Dean is, right there around the hospital. If not, it's just east of the hospital. It's right there. It's 36 is the address over there. Let's welcome Dr. Rich Wyderski. Thank you for coming.
Hey, thanks a lot, Lori. Appreciate being here. And I love that information about Harbor Branch.
Yes.
I think that's a Father's Day trip for me.
Doesn't that sound like a great thing to do?
Absolutely.
Totally fun with all the gadgets and whatever. Yeah, and they're into... I also think that they like to teach people, and you have teaching in your background.
Well, it's one of the other things I love to do.
I know. So, yeah. I know it is. I know it is. Well, now, direct primary care, which is what a concierge service is.
It is.
It's modeled to provide patients with greater access to their physician and better medical care in a relaxed and unhurried setting. Now, that's what Wyderski Health is all about. Tell us about the office experience and how you decided to create this environment.
Yeah, well, that's an important question because we're not trying to have a large volume of patients. Mm-hmm. And what we want to do is to be very thorough in how we care for patients. We want to have the time to take care of patients. We want to be available when patients need us. In today's environment, with reimbursements the way they are, and actually Medicare cut this year 2% from reimbursement, when inflation is going up by almost double digits every year. So volume. And that doesn't mean that you have much time for any individual because you're having to see so many individuals. So what we chose to do, Karen and I, was to kind of try to go back to the way things used to be in medicine, where we would be able to take the time to really sit down, talk to people, explain what's going on, answer questions, and be there when people need us. When somebody's sick, we want to be able to be available and we not have a full office every day for weeks, where we can see people the same day or the next day if we need to.
Right.
And I think people appreciate that. And, it's not for everybody, but for especially older adults. I'm also board certified in geriatrics. Mm-hmm. So for older adults who kind of need that more, we want to be there, especially for people that are older adults over the age of 65.
I was going to ask you that. Was one of my questions was the average age, but I do think that people that are a little bit older generally might have a few more ailments to discuss.
True.
There's no way that you can do that in 15 minutes.
It's very difficult.
Right.
Because usually it's more than one thing. If you're just having one thing, that's one thing. But if you have 3 or 4 or 5 things and maybe one new thing, that takes a lot more time. And again, we just want to have that time for our patients.
Right. So how do you schedule them then? I mean, because you don't really know. I'm a patient of Nancy Baker. Woo, woo, shout out to Nancy Baker. I don't know how she knows where to put the next appointment in, because I don't know that she knows how much time she's going to spend in that room with me. Yeah. How do you know? How do you schedule yourself?
Well, it's hard to know. You can't know 100%, of course.
Yes.
But when I have a new patient, and we had a new patient this afternoon before I came over here, we schedule an hour and a half for every new patient. Wow. Now, I knew I was coming here, so actually that was my only patient this afternoon. So
Sorry about that.
We went a little bit over, and that's okay, too.
Yeah.
But we try to get as much done as we can. And if we have another patient coming in, of course, we have to reschedule a visit. Yeah. That usually means it's not going to be like months before you come back. It might be a week. Right. And then we'll kind of work on more things the next time. We don't necessarily have to get everything done in the first visit. But we need enough visits where we can get everything done. Right. And we get the most important things done first, of course.
Of course. That's so, I'm just, now, over your career, you focused on patient care. You've done teaching up at Wake Forest and some other places. Your civic duties, I know you like to get involved in the community, but you said patient care was the most important. How did that bring you to this point and to Vero Beach? All of that coming together?
Yeah, that's a great question, too. Well, it actually was Karen that brought me to Vero Beach.
Okay,
and it was the VNA that brought Karen to Vero Beach from California. She's been a hospice nurse for most of her career. She became the director of the VNA's hospice program. Yeah. And she just invited her friends to come visit her sometime.
Right.
And we both happened to be single at the same time, so I came to visit her, and a visit became a second visit, which became dating, which became an engagement, and then we got married, actually here in Vero Beach on Rio Mar Beach.
Oh, no kidding. Beautiful.
Yeah. So it's always been a special place for us for that reason, very, very specifically. Yeah. But one of your colleagues actually sold us a townhome in Bridgepoint as an investment property that we actually used as a vacation home, and my friends used and family used and that kind of stuff. And then when Cleveland Clinic came in, we decided that it's time to come to Vero Beach and make Vero Beach our home for both our careers, as well as to live here and enjoy everything Vero has to offer.
Right. Great. And so that was 2019. Now, your practice, we were saying, has been open for almost a full year. It'll be in July. It'll be a full year. So that's next month, right?
Yeah, it's coming up quickly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Time flies.
I was just going to say, isn't it amazing how fast that happened? So how many patients do you have now, and what your capacity be?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. So we don't know exactly when we're going to be full because it really depends upon who our patients are.
Oh, okay.
So, if I was like taking care of very young, healthy people and I saw them once a year, well, yeah, I could see thousands of patients.
I know, right?
It's not the type of patient that we're trying to actually take care of.
Yeah.
So we're going to limit it at the most to 300 patients. And I think a lot of the people that have gone into concierge family practice and internal medicine have limited it to about 300.
I've heard that number, yeah.
We may not go quite that high. We may stop at 250, for example, if we find that we don't really have the time to give our patients. We don't want to just keep adding patients just to add patients. So it really depends upon how we're doing at every kind of 50 patient mark. The
markers, and you evaluate. I know. I mean, I kind of talked to Nancy about that, and that's how you start your business. And there's a platform that you get to, and you evaluate and you say, okay, now we can take more. We got this. We got this down. One of the things we talked about earlier in the week was how to maintain good cognition. So this sounds like something as we all get older, obviously, and not even all of us older, but I am older. And I have zero cognition. I don't remember anything. Anyway, tell us about that. Tell us about how do we do that, and how does one do that as a patient, as a person?
And that's a great question, because that's a not only an important question for older adults, but it's an important question for everybody at every age.
Right.
Because what we do when we're younger adults really pays off when we're older adults.
Sure.
And, we're always looking for the quick fix. What can we do that we just have to do this and that takes care of it all? And I wish it was that easy, but it isn't. So, for example, food. And, Vero Beach is a wonderful place to eat the right kind of diet. To maintain your cognition.
Definitely.
I mean, seafood everywhere. There's wonderful seafood. And you can get it grilled and broiled, and go to Ocean Grill and Citrus Grill and the Tides, and so many great places. We like Scampi Grill too.
Yeah, Scampi's great. Yeah,
so a lot of places that have a Mediterranean style diet, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. You mentioned the farmers market that's available, and there's Peterson's out in the west part of town, and there's just so many places to get really great fruits and vegetables that are high in antioxidants and really do great things for our brain. So a Mediterranean diet is kind of the mainstay, although, if I see a smoker that has some really good barbecue, I'm got to indulge a little bit from time to time.
Every once in a while. It's not going to kill you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's got to be a treat and not a staple. But,
correct. There you go. I like that line.
Yeah. But in any case, diet makes a difference. And it's being consistent with that type of diet, pretty low in sodium, which leads to blood pressure.
Yeah.
People underestimate how important blood pressure is.
Yeah, I know.
I've been on blood pressure medication since I've been in my 40s.
Yes,
and,
me
it's
too.
a pain in the butt to take blood pressure medicine.
I know. Every day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a
and then my
habit.
blood pressure's not high because I take the medicine.
Well,
so I guess that's the thing, you got to just do it.
But I boil it down to, our heart's a pump. And it's much more complicated than that, obviously, but basically it's a pump, and it pumps blood and nutrients and, oxygen, and does all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And our blood vessels are pipes.
Yeah.
And we need to keep our pump pumping and pumping efficiently, and we need to have our pipes not get damaged, because bad things happen when we have damaged pipes.
Right.
So, and we don't want clogged pipes. So if we have high pressure in our pipes get a little bit damaged, and then they tend to get clogged. And if they get clogged, then we get heart attacks and strokes, and kidneys don't work very well, and our pump gets weak because it's pushing against extra pressure. It's overworking.
Yeah.
So it's important to keep our pump and our pipes in good shape, and that's where keeping our cholesterol under control. If we have high cholesterol, and the higher our risk is for a stroke and heart attack, determines whether or not we actually treat a cholesterol.
Right.
Unless it's super, super high, like mine was.
Yeah.
I was in my 40s. To be honest, I hadn't seen a primary care physician until I was in my 40s.
Yeah.
Pretty scary.
Yeah, I know. For a doctor.
So they check my cholesterol.
The worst patients.
Yeah, I know. Well, I have all kinds of excuses.
They always are.
They're
I was in medical school, residency.
I know.
But anyway, so my primary care doc checks my cholesterol, and it's through the roof high.
Yeah.
It's like my parents never had that, but I got genes from one and genes from the other, and you put the genes together, and the kid has high cholesterol.
Right.
So I've been on a statin drug ever since I was in my 40s.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's going to prevent me in the long run from having clogged pipes. And so if I don't clog my pipes, then hopefully I won't have strokes and heart attacks in the future.
There you go. Hey, listen, we have to do a commercial. Then we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about where people can find you. And we want to talk a little bit about healing touch therapy.
Oh, yeah,
that
absolutely.
we do over at the center. We'll see you in a minute. See you right back.
Advertising is essential. You've got to make people aware that you're there. We can do that with a cohesive marketing campaign from Evergreen Media. Based on your business goals, we'll create a mix of digital advertising on social media sites like Facebook, video advertising on streaming sites like Hulu and Paramount Plus, and supplement them with local TV and radio ads. Build awareness, educate, and inform the public with a cohesive marketing campaign by Evergreen Media. Check out egreenmedia.com or search online for Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Hi, this is Martha Argue, host of Martha Matters. Listen to my show. Discover what's going on currently, both in the world and Indian River County. Tune in to Martha Matters, Saturdays and Sundays at 3:30 on your weekend home for Planet Vero Radio. Real Radio 1017.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal, Four Seasons, and Capri. We also have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington with styles designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. We're having a summer sale with lots of great markdowns, including all in-stock Lloyd Flanders 25% off. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day. Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture.
Hello and welcome back. We have to do those commercials. We got to pay for the show somehow. Okay, so Dr. Rich, you have healing touch therapy as part of your practice. What does that entail? Tell us about that.
Excellent question. And some people may know, have heard of Reiki, and healing touch and Reiki are somewhat similar in what they do as far as helping us to balance our energy in our body. So our bodies are made of energy. We actually measure energy. Like when we do an EEG of the brain, we measure the brain's electrical energy. And when we do an EKG of the heart, the same kind of thing. When somebody has an MRI scan, we're putting that person in a magnetic field and then measuring the changes in their energy of different tissues so we can make pictures out of them.
Yeah.
So our body is made of energy. And healing touch practitioners try to balance out the energy of an individual so the person's health and well-being is in better balance.
Right.
And my wife is a healing touch practitioner. She's gone through lots of training. She's taken care of hundreds upon hundreds of people, both in North Carolina and now here in Vero Beach.
Right.
And part of our practice, and specifically her practice, is healing touch to help not only just take care of the physical body, but to take care of the whole person and help restore balance if the person is out of balance in different ways.
Okay, so when they go there, do you, like for everybody that comes to visit, can they see her or do they have to schedule to see her specifically?
Yeah. That's a great question, too. If somebody becomes a member of our practice, she does a free session with everybody.
Okay, that's good.
But
yeah,
she's
because
also,
now you know what your options are, what you got out there.
But she also is open to the community as well. So if somebody really doesn't want to become part of our practice, but does want to see her, then she's open to the community as well.
Okay, so you can go see her. Very good.
Absolutely.
Very good. Okay, Doctor, it's been so great. Rich Wyderski from Wyderski Health. It's so good to have you here on the show.
Pleasure.
Do you want to tell people, let's tell them your phone number real quick?
Oh, sure. Our office telephone number, area code 772, of course, 742-3799. And the way to remember that is it's DRWY is the same as 3799.
I saw that. You guys, thank you so much. Also, you can go online to wyderskihealth.com And you can check out their website there, Dr. Rich Wizarski. They're over on 36th Street. Thank you so much for coming. We're so glad you could be with us. Welcome. I know you've been here a year, but we're almost here on your anniversary, so I'm glad we could get close to that. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Everybody be safe out there. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.